Hello everybody, this is Rolling Until Ragnarok, episode 7, and today we're doing a very different, very special opening because I wanted to talk to everybody about Gold Star Gamers. Gold Star Gamers is a nonprofit on a mission to help kids that have lost a military parent find hope, healing, and community through competitive gaming. And our other sponsors, Screwball Gaming, have dedicated themselves to helping them as well. This is a wonderful movement. There's going to be tons of stuff going on this summer, tons of events. Please check out their website, goldstargamers.org. The link is in the description. We hope you enjoy episode 7. We will be talking about this more as it goes forward, but here we are. Please enjoy the episode. Have a great day. We left off last time with the Kitten Caboodle striking off north through the cherry moss seas and going around the top of the continent because you guys are currently on your way to the large crater in the northern part of this continent that you're on. So I can just say for sure that you guys had one of the most wonderful rides. Kasha decided to let herself captain the ship. It was a very simple ride. It began to snow a little bit after a couple days. Very light, easy snow. To your south, though, you can see this large black storm cloud rolling in. And luckily, you guys are just going away from it. So it's nothing that you have to worry about. Meryl, during the couple-week journey that you guys are on, you happen to find a sending stone in the hold that Kasha is not paying any attention to. You grab it up. This is the sending stone between the Kitten Caboodle and the other ship. So you get to go ahead and call Eli. You say your piece. He's very excited to hear from you, as far as you can tell. And you know that you're about a day away from making landfall on the northern stretch of the continent. Currently, the boat is pushing through some ice. The water is very icy. This is like the Arctic, quote unquote, of like this realm. So it's very foggy, like very thick, like pea soup fog in the morning. But towards the afternoon, it's very bright. The star never really leaves overhead, so the sun is always like on you guys during the daytime. It is very, like I said, it's very lightly snowing, nothing crazy. It's a pretty nice day out. I don't even need anybody to roll for weather. It's beautiful. What a wonderful journey you've had. That being said,
Eli was so excited to hear my update.
That being said, you've been on the ship for about 3 weeks. Please, just tell me a little bit about what each of you would have done over 3 weeks. And let's start with Ash, since God knows you drank all of the liquor and beer in the first week.
Oh, absolutely. She would have been, like a little raccoon looking around the ship for as much alcohol as she could have possibly found. Now that we are likely out of alcohol, she is very grumpy, horrifically sober. And she is not having a good time. Again, just like the beginning of this journey, we've now been on a ship for... You say we've been on the ship for 3 weeks?
Yes, this will be this will be the end of the second week of you being sober.
Oh my God, that's a nightmare, not only for Ash, but probably for everyone else around her.
I can tell you this: my 21-year-old self feels this in his heart. Let me tell you. Horrifically sober is such a real statement.
I think she'd probably be trying to keep her hands busy, so maybe like things like trying to sharpen her weapons and yelling at the crew. That's really it.
What did my crew do to you?
They're around her.
Kasha, in between you allowing one of your apparitions to man the ship, and you captaining, by all means, give us an idea of what 3 weeks on the boat looks like for you, other than cat calisthenics, of course.
Well, besides the cat calisthenics, which I do every morning, there would be like yoga, meditation, kind of like almost more monk-like stuff, which would be interesting to people who don't know her history because she's a paladin now.
Right.
But she would also routinely spar with Ash to help keep some of that frantic energy they have in check. I think as well as just like working with the non-spectral members of the crew, like checking in on everybody else to make sure they're okay, as much as she will be willing to tolerate random conversations.
Very nice. Very nice. I would think Meryl and Thistle, this is like your second time, well, not Meryl, second time on a boat, but second time on a ship, I would say. Like a large, like, vessel that has been, you know, prolonged out to sea. Thistle, this is definitely your second time, I would imagine.
Yeah.
There's so much to see. Like I said, you had a very easy ride. But, you know, give me some idea of, like, what you two would specifically be doing other than trying to stay away from Ash, who wants to fight everybody. Like, what does that look like? And then also, could both of you give me a Constitution saving throws?
I imagine Thistle going on this journey, kind of one of her goals that she's set for herself is to kind of map the areas that she's going to. Like, that's something she's really interested in, like recording the different places we visit and noting down any information she thinks might be important, you know, to add to her bookstore for later. So she'd probably be running around, like, sketching different things she sees on shore in the ocean, and probably just, like, you know, exploring the ship. Because I feel like her last trip on a boat didn't really go that well. So she's taking it a little easier, but you can definitely tell she's gotten her sea legs a little bit better this time.
We'll talk about that in a minute, actually. That's really cool. Meryl, go ahead.
Meryl is reading her stolen books that she took from the guild. She, like, hides behind the barrels that Ash has already emptied. So that way she's like, no one will find me here. And then just is like, because it's her, even though, you know, Meryl's takes things a lot, she's, the first time this has felt like she's stolen something, she's like, I must hide away. So she's reading through the bound book that she took and the adventure stories and everything that I took from the guild. And then she's also kind of running around. I feel like she would want to be involved with Ash and Kasha because she hasn't gotten to know them as much. She would color commentate on their fights. So she would, like, try to use these big words that she's read about. So she's, like, perched on a barrel and she's like, and that's 2 points for Ash. And now 3 points for Kasha. And then goes back and forth like that. Which is probably really annoying, but it's her, like, way of wanting to bond.
Aww.
Kasha would probably try to get her involved with the sparring and just be like, okay, you're next.
She would call out to someone of the crew being like, hey, Kasha says you're next.
So,
and then goes back.
A fun question, actually. Among all the books that you found, one of them was a tale about a paladin named Rashek. Did Whisper take that, or do you have that?
Whisper took it and gave it to me.
Right. So you have it.
I have it.
Very good.
I haven't opened it yet.
It's the book about biting, right?
You'll love that one.
It is a kind of fighting, I think.
I said biting. It's about biting, I believe.
Biting, yes.
That was the joke? Okay.
It was
cool.
the book about biting.
Great. What was each of your Constitution saving throws?
Oh, let me see.
Mine was a 23.
That
An 8.
That tracks. That tracks too. So Thistle, for the first couple days, you're seasick. This is although you are going north, you're having to rip through some of the ice. It makes the boat just jerk and rock. Kasha and everybody else here has sea legs at this point. You get yours over this time.
Okay.
So, but after that happens, as you all start to round the bend of the northern part, and it turns more into like ice slush, and you see the ship kind of like open up a little bit, and the front of the ship magrifies itself into this like almost like cow pusher to rip through the ice, because again, Kasha's ship, magical. We'll have to explain where you got your ship from one of these days here, Kasha. But
somebody asks.
Right. So you watch as the whole thing opens up, it pushes through the ice, but what you can see specifically is forest and hillside, and you start to be able to take. This is your first time up this way, and actually it's one of the first times this place has ever been mapped as well. One of the things you specifically know about the north part of the continent has always been like hands off, and it's because people go to the north but then never come back. And it's also very close to what's called the Broken Place, and that has always been a like everybody stays away from this place. It's where one of the more scarier deities of Omni presides, and it is very well known that you just it's kind of like knowing where a wasp nest is. If you just leave them alone, they'll normally leave you alone, type of thing. So this has always been Madison and Coldmeadow and the Port of Sevens like entire viewpoint was you just don't go north of Greybark Forest. It's also why nobody knows what's inside the crater, except for a very few books that are here and there and things. But this is your first time. It's a very deep, very snowy forest. There is you can't see out to sea. It's way too foggy. But there are a couple, mind you, crasks and like pillars of things. And then there's one very dark stone pillar that sticks out of the forest, and it goes up into the sky a little bit more, and it almost looks like it has a terrace on it from a distance, like it might be part of a castle or something, and you can see that from a distance, and it's the first time you'd ever see it, so you get to make a note of it, and I'll allow you to use that since you mentioned that that's what you're doing, making a map. Later on, when you're trying to figure out your way to go, I'll allow you to use that as a landmark for finding your way south, because you'll have to be moving south to go to the crater.
Sounds good.
Very cool. Kasha, let's talk about you specifically.
What?
So, everything that's happened, although you don't do this often, I think that during this trip you would be, when you're not, babysitting and just really trying to keep the crew and Ash in line, I think in your quiet moments you'd have time to reflect. And whenever Citrine wasn't talking to you as well, I think that because of what's going on, you would reflect a little bit on a couple moments from your past lives. Why don't you go ahead and just, with everything that that has happened, with Sapphire standing back up, her immediately saying, I don't know where my husband is, flying off, this crazy, very real moment for you. Why don't you reflect a little bit on some of your past and just talk about that while we make land?
Is there any specific past instances that
I think
should
that
focus on?
no, I think that in this case, what would Kasha think about? Like what would you reflect on from all the way back to the first time you grew up here. You grew up in Omni. So
if it was Sapphire, she would probably be thinking about Mar and just the history in general. So it would be one of those things where knowing that he was the god of chaos, and in the beginning, that's not a bad thing. Like how chaos is needed for nature. It's needed for growth and balance and things like that. And how, in the first iteration of the worlds, when he was battling the old gods to try to save the world, because you can't have chaos and you can't have these things without having the world. So he was genuinely trying to do something that it didn't go great, but it wasn't for the wrong reasons. And, then how over time, that changed him. And he was no longer just doing chaotic things. and how in the most recent world, when he had lost his godness, so to speak, he didn't really come back from that to what he should have been anymore. And he was then just doing it for pure malice and evil and the things that he was doing, and how that went against everything, and she couldn't accept it.
So kind of like reflecting on why you became a paladin then.
Yeah, it's one of those journeys because, you know, most of her existence, you can't even really say life for her.
Right.
She was a monk. Like, that's how she got to where she was. That's what she lived through in her first life, as some people would want to call it. You know, she'd studied for decades to become, you know, one with nature, and how nature and balance were everything. So she truly appreciated those things.
Right.
And then, you know, reflecting on when she went through similar trials of losing her immortality, losing her ability to be as connected to nature. She couldn't shapeshift like she should be anymore, where she was trapped in one form. And she struggled with similar things. However, she didn't lose herself like that. Like, she still felt the connections to what it should be, and found her way back. And on that journey back, after, you know, the final battle with Mar, it was one of those things where she had lost things that she had become much closer to than she was used to, because living as long as she did, people didn't get close to her. And so the loss of citrine was something that really hit her, and that's what led her to becoming a paladin. Like, she had never used a weapon before that moment.
Right. No, that was, yeah. And I think that while you're sitting there reflecting, you would start to see that group of your adventures that you were with, your friends, the family that you literally gave your life for on more than one occasion, actually, at that point. And I think that without having to say the words, your sword would rattle and come to life, and you'd hear Citrine's voice, and just being connected to you the way it is, as the ship hits land and breaks through the ice, and everybody's starting to get excited around you because you're making landfall after such an easy journey. I have to emphasize how great of a wonderful journey this was. But you know, next to you, you'd hear Citrine just say, "Kasha, I miss them too."
She'll kind of pat the hilt of her sword,
and it would kind of glow for a second, and cast calm emotions on you. And then she'd say just slightly, "It's okay to dance."
Always with you, Citrine.
But then it would all rush back, and you'd see as it rips through the ice, and it makes the 3 anchors drop off the sides of the ship, and you'd see all of it happen. The wave pops up, and Thistle and Meryl, you're at the front of the boat as it makes landfall. There's a giant glacier in front of you that you're able to walk off onto. You guys are at land, the very northern section of this continent. It's snowing. There's heavy fog. It's a beautiful day out above, other than that. And it's morning. Ash, I think this would wake you up.
Terrible news.
Terrible news.
I think Ash would kind of grumble. I think realistically, like, you know, she's been on a ship plenty of times before. She knows what landfall feels like. She's going to grumble, walk out of her room, and make her way off of the ship. She is not saying good morning to anybody. She is just on a mission. She's like, there has to be alcohol somewhere. Clearly, it's not on the ship, so there's no reason for me to continue staying on it. I'm out.
One of the otter spirits that is the crew, one of the regular apparitions that come about as Ash was starting to walk off the ship, it would go, "Morning, Miss Ash," and she'd just walk through him, and he'd come back and still be waving and look and be like, "Morning, Miss Kasha," and just completely letting her just make her way off.
I think as she like passed through this otter, she would audibly say "fuck you" and just keep walking.
he would just mumble, "You too," and still wave. Completely used to you at this point. The crew is 100% your fan and friend at this moment.
That's terrible.
I mean, I would be following Ash, at least to see like where we've landed.
So, that being said, Thistle, roll me survival with advantage.
Okay. 19.
Cool. Thistle, on a 19, you look around, you find this like little the black tower that's just peeking over some of the forest to your south. I'd say it's southwest, but more south than anything. Okay. And you have an idea of where the crater is based on pictures. Nobody's ever been there of this group, so you just kind of know what to go off of based off of pictures, and you know where this one thing is. So you get the idea that it's very close to where the crater should be. So just tell me about how y'all are gonna set off going south, I guess.
I feel like since I would be the one that has the direction to kind of know which way to go, in very like, I almost want to say like professor teacher-esque mode, Thistle would pull out her book and her quill and be like, "All right, let's take attendance, make sure everybody's here."
Aww.
Before we set off.
Me, I'm here.
And like ask everyone to like raise their hand, like, "Okay, we've got everybody." And she would just explain, like, based on what I've read, the crystal you can see in the south with the tower, everything that he described should be close to where we are looking to go for the crater. So I say we should head in that direction.
Okay. So we're going south this time. Before we were going east with the mountains. Now we're going south to crater. Okay.
Exactly. South.
Just going like this. Like
the mountains specifically are to your south. Yes.
Oh, that's confusing.
Very far off. You could see the very tip of Mount Laurel way past the horizon line. Like, in your mind.
Also, okay. I feel like Meryl would try to orient herself.
Just maybe instead of mountains this time, Meryl, we can say keep the crystal to the south.
Okay, we're keeping our crystals to the south.
Keeping our crystals to the south.
Perfect. That's very helpful. She's like trying to like chases her tail. So she tries to like orient herself. She's like, okay, we're going this way. No, this way.
I love the idea of a chipmunk attempting to orient itself by chasing its tail around in a circle.
He's like, okay, that's really helpful. Thank you.
So, Kasha, as party leader, what are we doing?
I mean, do we see anything besides trees? Like, there's not like anything else. It's just the forest.
It's just a forest. It's not a dense forest. This is not Greybark. This is a lightly sparse forest that pushes out of snow and tundra. The trees itself are pretty short. It's, you know what I mean. This is definitely a winter, like Arctic type of place. There are animals all around. As far like little winter animals that do things. They're like little birds that go off and whatever. These aren't big giant birds like Greybark. They're regular animals. Yeah.
I would start towards the direction that is south, towards that tower.
Very cool. Wonderful. You guys are going to be walking for a while, and I think that because Ash is having the worst time, she can roll the d20 for our travel for the first day. It just feels like it might lift her spirits. So go ahead.
Yeah, for sure.
What am I rolling?
You're rolling a d20 for what? Our travel, our
it's
walk.
our random encounter roll.
Kinda.
I'm really sorry. That's a nat one.
Yeah, let's go.
It's really apparent that Ash is not having a good day.
D12.
Remember what I said that the other group was going to experience this. Now it's you. Congratulations.
That's why I said he made such a big deal about making us have good travel here, because I was like, this is all to just set up.
Yep.
Give me that D12 on the happy table.
That's a 12.
Happy
nice.
people.
Yeah, I have a happy table, a great table, and a neutral table.
Oh, Way's happy table, the party's torture table. And then the great table, which is the one where we smile, and the neutral table is one that still makes us sad.
So, you've been walking for a full day, and you see some animals here and there. Every once in a while, one kind of peeks around the top of the trees. You just they're little tiny little winter hares every once in a while, here and there, just regular Arctic trash. And
Meryl's waving at all of them, hoping that something will talk to her.
Right.
If she finds another talking bunny, be like, hello.
Yeah. Great. Do you have speak with animals at all?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
She just
and then
she just hopes that something will be able to talk with her.
Roll animal handling.
Speak with animals?
What am I doing? Okay, this one.
We'll get to your not one in a minute, I promise.
It won't be.
Ash has speak with animals.
It's a 20.
Cool. You kind of look over, and there is this one of the little hair, one of big floppy ears, kind of looks over some of the brush. You kind of put your hand out and do the thing, and it hops out. It takes 2 more hops towards you, and looks. What are you saying? What are you doing? How is this working?
Meryl's copying its movements. So if it goes this way,
yeah,
she's gonna go this way.
Okay.
She go this way, and she's like, do you also talk? My world just got a lot bigger, so I'm not sure if more animals talk, or if it's just my friends, or how do you speak? What's your name?
It would kind of make a little shrill sound, like a.
That's a great name.
And it would
it's mine.
It would lean in to sniff you a little bit, kind of sit back, look back at the brush, look back at you. You can tell it's on edge. It's trying to figure out what's going on. But on a 20, it hasn't run away.
That's awesome.
While she's doing this, I'm sitting there sketching a picture of this rabbit and taking notes. And I'm like, what did it say its name was? How do you spell that?
So it's a rabbit, but instead of having a little cottontail, it has a little nub, almost like a little tiny puppy tail, a little tiny little one, and it has big floppy dog ears instead of rabbit ears.
I think I was a chuff. So can we call it Chet? Its name is Chet.
Yeah.
Chet.
Yeah.
Does it have anything with it?
Like an accent? Chet doesn't have an accent to what I can tell.
Maybe we could put an accent on the E. Chet.
Over the E. So Chet.
Okay.
It says it's a long E.
I imagine.
Meryl.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that wasn't Kasha. She probably wouldn't recognize that creature.
As it sits down, Meryl also sits down. She will. What am I doing? I need to stop saying dumb things. She will have her she'll have her mage hand appear and kind of have her hat levitate off of her to make it seem like she's doing a magic trick.
It start to look up, trying to see if there's something that is gonna happen from all this, and then
the mage hand will disappear. She'll press the digitation glitter, and it plops down on her head, and she goes, ta-da!
I think it would back off a couple steps, but then do a little shrill sound again, and then kind of just flop behind you guys a couple feet if you guys were just keep walking, trying to figure you out.
she'll still keep talking to it. She'll like fall back and she goes, okay, so my name is Meryl and I come from this little town. I don't think I have parents. I know I don't have a dad. That is confirmed.
That is confirmed. Okay.
Meryl's just oversharing.
That's okay.
Yeah, exactly. She just goes through her whole life. She starts trying to figure out what it eats. So she'll try and like grab some things and see if she can feed it.
Yeah, roll animal handling. No. I'm sorry. Roll nature.
Same thing.
We're getting so much good information.
We're getting so much good information. It's a
I feel like the rabbit is getting some
yeah, you take some of the tall grass and they're like little like they're frosticles, but it's like honeysuckles that would taste a little bit cherryish, that type of idea, and they only grow in the northern like wilds up here, and they have these little like cherry red stems. It's what cherry moss is named after, because when they as they get older and they bud, they make something called cherry moss, which is like this little red mossy looking stuff that tastes pretty good to animals. And so like you would like hand it and it would immediately like take it out of your hand a little bit and like eat it and then kind of like sniff around and like kind of like follow you guys. Only Ash has talked to animals, right? That's the only person here that is... Nobody's actually speaking to this properly, right? That's all I'm trying to get at.
I know, because I'm assuming comprehend languages means it has to be an actual language, so...
Yes, yeah, it's not...
No, I'm trying to. Meryl's convinced that it can understand her. So she's earnestly talking to this bunny.
I mean, I talk to cats all the time. I understand.
I also talk to cats.
Right.
Yeah, I get that.
Especially when they captain a ship.
Right.
It's kind of important right now. I mean, we all... In that case, do we all have speak to animals? It doesn't, like, come pre-programmed in with the thought of our characters. If other people have to interact. Do other people have to have speak to animals to talk to us? Now that it's been confirmed from episode 6 that there's other creatures in the world. So do other creatures have to speak to animals to talk to us?
No.
Oh.
We'll get there. At some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, she's earnestly talking to this bunny. She feels like she could just will it into existence that she could talk to the bunny.
Every once in a while it like flops in and out of like some of the like brush, but it always comes back. So you guys make it a little bit further, and with your nat 1, nighttime starts to happen. It starts snowing a little bit heavier. It gets colder. And
Sorry,
you can
guys.
And Ash, you've been around long enough, and Kasha, you have been in enough battle to know when you're being watched. So at this point you can feel the presence of something watching you guys. And it just it would annoy the back of you enough that I'm going to give you all the option to push through the night and keep going, or to make camp. It is getting very cold though, and we will start to have to roll for exhaustion at some point, even with long rests.
Oh, Kasha would make camp because she wants to see whatever the hell's fucking with her.
Cool.
If it's getting that cold, I think, and with it getting that cold, I think that Ash would want to like sit by the fire. She's already annoyed, like she does not have anything to drink, so.
Very good. Who's making the fire and who is building shelter?
Are we able to find like any rock outcroppings or anything where we could like have our back to a wall?
Not yet. This is now just open, clear, very flat landed forest.
I think since Ash's strength is so high, she would probably start to build the shelter.
Okay.
Nice.
I was gonna say I'll try to build the fire then.
I can provide the light for it because I can.
Oh, nice.
Spell it to start.
Very cool.
I'm gonna keep guard.
All right, Ash. Talk about your shelter.
She would be probably using her weapons, honestly, to try to cut down as thick of trees as she could, as what is like possible for what she can do. She is like building a full-on shelter. She is trying to find, since there is snow on the ground, she imagines that it is probably wet, so she'll try to put like mud between the branches and stuff to keep it like warm inside. And she's trying to build something that's big enough for all of us. She'll put leaves on top of it so that there's like insulation.
Nice. Very cool. Fire, I think. Thistle, I think you're proficient enough to make a fire. Like, you are magic enough to just be like, here's campfire at this point. I'm going to give it to you. You guys are doing this. I think, Meryl, while you are making light happen and doing little, I almost said squirrel, chipmunk things. Sorry, Meryl's a squirrel and the other one is a hamster. Like, things just keep happening out of my mouth. I'm so sorry. Like, in my head, we're on a like, this is little hamsters, big adventures. Come on, Hamtaro, let's go. Like, that's all I'm doing in my head, like, constantly while talking to Bramble. So now I'm sitting here talking to Meryl, and it's just having a problem. So.
Oh my God, Hamtaro with armor is the funniest thing that
I love that image.
No, so I go one further though, and instead of it being an armored hamster, it literally is like Hamtaro as a Power Ranger, and like this is all that I do in my head. It's very annoying, funny.
To be fair, I did have my chipmunk openly say that she like visits the squirrel families.
Right. That's my problem. Anyway, while this is happening, your new little friend kind of like flops and he into the light, and he has a little scroll in his mouth, and he like kind of looks at you, and his eyes are all big. Roll animal handling to get it from him.
With advantage because I'm helping.
I think that...
Oh, are you helping, Thistle?
Yeah.
How are you helping?
I think I've developed a rapport with the bunny.
Oh, yeah.
I think it should just give it to me. No.
Can I try to distract it with some more of that little food?
Sure, with advantage then, because Thistle's helping with food.
Great.
That was a good catch, Kasha.
A 10.
10. So you go to like kind of reach for it, and it like turns and like runs a little bit, and then looks back at you like this is now a game.
I'll give some chase. It's a game. I will participate, but I will also like start grabbing some food. I'll send my mage hand off. To grab a little bit more food.
Roll initiative. Roll initiative with me. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I got a 22. I rolled a natural 18 with the bunny. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. It's an 8.
Cool. It makes its way like away from, but then like stops, and it keeps running, but then stopping and like looking at you, and like it wags its little nubby tail.
If they start to get too far away, Kasha would like gesture to come back.
If we get too far away where I notice, I will I'll mold earth like a slope, so that way we start staying within the confines of the area. So that way the bunny can start.
Okay.
So basically, kind of creating a rink for ourselves, like a defined area. So as I try and chase it, I'll cast it up and.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, no, it hops around, and it like as it like makes a little slope, and it like goes sideways like a little race car, and then like runs back, and they're just y'all are making like little figure 8s around the fire. It's not going very far. It's not taking you off into the distance, but it is like playfully. Are you gonna use anything to catch it?
I think that.
So on a 22 versus your 8 or 10 or whatever, you will have to use a spell to get it. But if you would like to describe how you catch the bunny in a non-violent way, I will I will let it happen.
I don't want to hurt the bunny. Okay. So...
Not that I'm going to stop you if you try and be violent with the animal. I'm just trying to help you out by not having it attack you. So.
I don't want to be attacked. I don't want to attack the bunny.
Right.
I think that... God. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... the bunny's used... Chet the bunny, is used to me molding earth above the earth to kind of slope it around. What I will do is in the moment when I cast... which one of these do I want? I'll cast Misty Step at the same time I mold earth to divot underneath. So it kind of falls into a ditch.
Oh, okay.
So that way I can catch up to it really quickly. And try and... So then I'll scoop the bunny out. And then go, okay, this was fun. Now you gotta give me the scroll.
Yeah, it would be like... And then, like, look, and then, like, look all, like, around, like, damn it. Then you can see that it's like, fuck, she caught me. And then,
You're like, you did good. You did good. It was fun.
It'll let the scroll go.
Okay, so she'll put it down and kind of pat it.
The second you put it down, it Misty steps away.
Ah, damn it.
All right.
She'll like she'll cast the mage hand after it to try and make sure to try and pat it. So he'll see her misty hand trying to follow it. She'll be like, wait.
It'll like twitch a little bit and then take off into the woods.
Bye, Chet.
Bye, Chet. Come back sometime. I take the scroll.
Yep. It's
Can I
it's a couple things of paper. Let's see. Can you read the scroll? That's a good question. Let's see here.
I read the scroll.
You have read languages, so you definitely can read the scroll.
I have comprehend languages, so yes.
Yeah.
I'm Kasha.
It would be in a language that only Kasha knows, but also comprehend languages would give it to her.
She'll bring it over and she's looking at this. I miss being able to use the excuse of like, I'm privy. Like, I miss that. Anyways. So Meryl's looking at this and she's going like this. She goes,
It's a human common language that it's written in.
Oh.
She'll bring it over to Thistle first, just because she has more experience with Thistle, and be like, super smart wizard, can you read this?
Super smart wizard.
Meryl, of course I can.
See, I knew
she
you
would
could.
just take it. And
so it's a handful of like, there's like a couple different sheets to it. You can tell that one of them that specifically it's a bunch of spell scrolls, different little things. One of them allows you to cast speak with plants. Another one casts speak with animals. Another one casts sending. It's a bunch of cantrip spells, stuff like that.
Can I take the time to copy those in my spell book so I can have them?
They are. So you can copy them, but these give you the ability to do it. So they're like you would like burn the spell scroll as you use it. So it's like a one-time use thing. And then one of them is also fog, which is like a spell that allows like makes a big smoke screen type of spell.
So like since I'm the only one that can understand them, like I couldn't just be like, okay, here, Meryl.
Anybody can use them as long as you have to burn the scroll itself. That's how it works. It explains how it works. So you could give this to a barbarian. You could give this to a fighter. You could get this has the magic to do the thing. All they have to do is make sure they can burn the scroll. So if the scroll got too wet or if the scroll was unable to be burnt, then the magic wouldn't happen. It's the actual act of using it as like incense to make it happen.
And we definitely need to keep these in one of our bags so the snow or whatever doesn't get on it.
But yes, it'll allow you to talk with animals once. One will allow you to talk with plants once. One will allow you to cast sending once. One will allow you to use smokescreen once.
That's super cool.
I don't remember the name of the spell, but it is. I know which spell it is. It's smokescreen. It makes the 30-foot block of like darkness basically, and allows you to take the disengage spell or action.
Yeah, we kind of like sort through them. I would find the one that said speak to animals, and since Meryl was so intent on wanting to speak to the rabbit, you know, I would give that one to her.
Yay! She'll hold on to it for a minute until.
Yeah. Aren't they all Meryls?
That is true. However you want to split them up, then, Meryl.
The rabbit gave them to her. Stupid rabbit puppies.
That is very true. It's a very good point. So I would hand them all back to Meryl and just say, you know, explain, you know, what each of them are. And just make sure not to get them wet.
Well, do you want, she'll give you the fog one, the smoke screen one. She's like, well, you're really smart, and you'll know when to use this, and I might burn it on accident. So, you should have it.
That.
And then,
okay.
She'll keep the sending spell, and she'll keep the other speak ones.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, it would be really fun to, like, talk to a pine cone and figure out what its motives in life are.
What its motives in life are? I love it.
Like, what are the hopes and dreams of a pine cone?
A good question.
Is moss really French? We'll never know until I can speak to it.
We'll never know.
Oh, Lord. Awesome.
I'm just picturing her gathering random fauna, like flora and fauna, together and being like, okay, I've got a pine cone, I've got some moss, I've got an apple seed.
That's 100% happening.
Let the meeting commence.
Let the meeting commence.
It's like, welcome to Meryl's plant convention. Here we hereby decide.
Hi, I'm an apple seed. Nice to meet you,
Hi, apple seed.
And be like, hi, my name's Johnny.
Hi, Johnny.
Okay, moving on. Unless we're actually doing that, and in which case I will RP the whole thing out.
Not yet, because we're in the snow, and really I want to use Speak with Animals ones first.
Very
when
cool.
Chet comes back, because you wouldn't just do this whole thing with the bunny and then not let me talk to it.
Yeah, he would.
Shh,
Cool.
I'm trying to convince it. We're recording! I'm trying to convince it.
So, night happens, you guys are, you get through the night. Is anybody, are we going to sleep, or are we taking shifts? What are we doing for the night?
Shifts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm taking first watch.
What
Okay.
does Ash do? Meryl will follow what, if Ash wants to sleep, she'll sleep. If she wants to stay up with Kasha, she'll take a shift with Thistle. She doesn't want to overstep.
Ash is 100% sleeping. The fact that she even has to be awake sober at all is awful.
God, no.
Ash is going to get real annoyed when Kasha wakes her up for the next watch.
I'll take the first watch then with Kasha over, and let Thistle get some sleep.
Cool. No rolls. You guys have a night of understanding that you can feel like you're being watched. But other than that, what do y'all talk about?
Perception or investigation to try to see if I can figure out where it's coming from?
Sure, roll perception.
Can I help her?
Okay.
Because I'm on watch with her.
12.
Sure. Go ahead and roll.
Did you roll again?
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. Sorry, I meant by help because I give her advantage.
Yeah,
unless I could roll.
Either one.
What would I be rolling?
Perception.
Perception? I'll roll.
That does not
Okay.
look great.
No, it chose for me. It didn't want to roll. Oh yeah, that is. Thank you. That is a 22.
Okay. It's really dark, other than like the little spots where you all are, and you're not. You have like you have good senses, like you have very good perception as far as like figuring stuff out goes. You've never really been in like heavy battle though, I would say, at the for yourself, and knowing but you would have the sense of like when You would know what it feels like to be watched by something that thinks of you as prey. I think would be the way of doing this. And unlike Kasha, who probably is not scared of things, on a 22, you would, while you're sitting there at night, as the silence kind of goes and the snow falls, in the distance a little bit, you'd hear the, like, crunching of snow against footprints, and it would make your hair stand.
Is it familiar?
No.
Is it no, it's not a creature that I've experienced before.
You couldn't tell.
Damn. Okay.
22 is good, so I'm going to give it to you that you get to hear that it is walking. So it's not like as far as you know, it's not circling you above head. But it does give you the sense that there is something watching you all specifically. And you can tell that it's moving enough that you can't get a good beat on it. The crunching does come from just over where you were making the rink, though. So you could walk about 20 feet away from the campfire to check it out if you happen to be that type of person.
Or you could tell me you heard it.
No, I would. First, I'm going to cast Alarm on the campsite.
Cool.
And then I will tell Kasha, at least. Being like, Kasha, there's over there. It's walking towards us, and it's much bigger than me. But it's over that way. Should we go look?
The two that are sleeping, make me charisma saving throws. You all keep going.
Okay.
Be like,
when she lets me know about it, I'm basically gonna be like, stay right here, hold tight, and I am going to jump up into the closest tree to get up into the branches.
Okay.
And try to make my way through the canopy towards that direction slowly, but not. I want to always be able to see the campsite at the same time.
Okay. I did mention the trees are sparse, so it would be a little bit of a jump, so I need an acrobatics.
Okay.
Meryl's working on making a snow Kasha. So it looks like there's still something there.
That actually got me. I'm so sorry. that because it was like this serious moment, and then Meryl's making a snow Kasha, and it just hit me. It hit me just right. Wow. Okay.
She's making a figure so that way it looks like something with the fire with her.
Right.
And she's keeping it cold, and she's talking to it.
I got an 18 on my acrobatics.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Me and Tessel both got 19s on our charisma saves.
Heck yeah.
Noted.
What does it mean?
Very cool. So you're talking to Snow Kasha. Kasha, you are making your way over.
I'm trying to be stealthy to see if I can sneak up on anything.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll stealth with disadvantage.
You said disadvantage?
Yes. You're jumping from tree to tree. And you also have armor on.
Hey, my
you have armor?
Doesn't have disadvantage.
What?
She is a paladin now.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting.
Armor doesn't have disadvantage.
I know. I know what I'm saying. I promise. You're jumping from tree to tree.
So my disadvantage stealth is an 11.
Okay. So you see there's little footprints in the snow leading to off towards the east a little bit. Yeah, because you're here. Yeah. So footprints. They look like that something was just there. They're fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And then
and they're heading away from the camp?
Yes.
Okay. If they're not heading towards the camp, do I see like where the footprints end, or do they go past my line of sight?
They just go off into the darkness, and then as you're looking, two of the little bunnies come up.
Okay, I'm gonna head back to the camp then.
Chet and his new friend will follow.
That's fine.
Very cool. The second one...
I don't necessarily trust the bunnies because, but still.
The second one is a little bit larger. So if the first one was like Pomeranian size, then the second one would be like boxer size, dog-wise.
Fucking dog bunnies.
So yeah, dog bunnies.
Have I seen dog bunnies before?
Kasha has seen dog bunnies before. These are very common animals in the Feywild.
Okay.
They normally come along with some kind of magical item or something like that. And they're little trickster, like mischievous looking little things. Yeah. They're little mischievous things. But they approach, and the bigger one looks like he is not trying to have it. He's staying like very much on the edge of that, and the one you named Chet now is like more close to you because you've already rolled for this.
I rolled for it?
No. Meryl did. It's approaching Meryl.
I was like, I'm ignoring
friend.
these bunnies. I have deemed them as not a threat currently.
Right. But yeah.
Meryl's gonna burn the animal handling scroll, the speak with animal scroll.
Mm-hmm.
She'll toss it in the fire.
Okay.
She'll be like, Chet, you came back and you brought a friend.
He's gonna look back at the other one. Chet?
Oh, is that not your name? I'm so sorry. I just tried to interpret. What's your name?
It's gonna go up and its ear's gonna like flop in its face. No, we don't really have names. Chet's fine. It's fine.
Oh, cool. Does your friend want a name? Hello?
It's gonna be like, no.
How about like a letter or a number? A sound? Do you have a favorite food?
L. L is a good name.
L. L's a great name.
Yep. Why?
Yes.
It's gonna like kind of like look at you and kind of like get his little beady eyes.
Meryl copies.
You all are alive.
Yes, that is how I prefer myself. Is
you don't
as opposed to.
You don't smell wrong.
Thank you?
Yeah.
How would we supposed to smell?
Everything else smells bad.
Everything like around us, or other people that came through here, or
you all are like new. That's all.
As opposed to like who else is here? Who smells wrong?
No, just all the other. You guys aren't from here.
Oh, well, not like here.
You should go home.
Over there, here.
You should go home.
Why?
And you shouldn't. And it would start to like look a little bit scared and like kind of like fickle, like fleckish. And the larger one would say, I miss the mountains anyway. No, he just means that you guys, this is not a good place.
Oh, but you're here and you seem nice. Why is this not a good place?
We're bound to the magic here.
So you're bound to the magic here and you're good. But what else is bad? Why should we leave? We're here on a mission.
Why?
Well, we're trying to save the world.
Oh. I feel like everybody's always trying to do that. The world's gonna be the way it's gonna be either way.
Well, not that I don't agree with that, but there are some people out there trying to ruin it. So we're trying to prevent them from ruining the world so that way the world continues on. Way that it's going to.
You should be careful, because there's always people out there trying to ruin it. take it from us, we watched a lot of people ruin it multiple times. And then we watched a lot of people save them multiple times. It's a reoccurring cycle. Just make sure you don't get caught up in it too long.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you have good stories.
Nope. And it would just kind of like giggle and to itself a little bit. I don't really like telling stories. Do you
like
food?
charades? I'll pull out.
He told me you have food. And Chet, the bunny, is gonna say they do have food. He gave me food. It was good food. Yeah.
Meryl mage hands off into the woods, grabs some things.
Yeah.
Pulls it back, and goes like this.
It's gonna look over and be like, you know, Chet, we can get the same stuff they can if they're just getting it from the woods. And Chet's gonna be like, it's still food. They got it. It's nice food. It's good food. It's food.
Do you want it warm?
And then the large colder? Bunny is going to flop up. And then he's gonna just look around and be like, all right. And then he's gonna lay down next to the fire and go to sleep.
Okay.
Like,
good night, Al.
Immediately. If Ash is anywhere near, he's going to attempt to lay next to Ash because she is furry.
Ash is so passed out. She doesn't even.
Very good.
Doesn't even care. She might even roll over in her sleep and just Rabbit.
Rabbit. That's fine. Rabbit is going to be in a little fur pile, and Chet will come and sit next to you and at the fire and eat whatever you're trying to give him at this point.
I'll give him food and be like, "Hey, Chet. You mentioned bad. We feel like something's following us. Have you seen anything when you went off and came back?"
Thought it was you. The other bunch of you.
There's no other bunch of us. Everyone who's here is accounted for around the fire.
Oh, the other ones. They gave us food too, but they don't smell good.
What other ones? What food did they give you?
The ones that look like her. And he's gonna look over at Kasha and point with a little paw.
Look like her? In what way? Are they also cats, or are they also like
What's a cat?
The type of armor she has? In what way do they look like her, Chet?
He's gonna knock on her armor. That one. It makes the same sound.
So they're also wearing armor.
I will be very confused because this rabbit puppy just knocked on her and she can't understand the conversation.
Right.
Oh, that's
just walk
true.
Over, boom, boom, boom.
Be like, okay, so
I'm just gonna look at it and then look at him like your pet just knocked on me.
Kasha, he says that there's other people here that look like you. Which meaning there's another party that has armor, and he thought that they were with us. But they're not with us. So she'll go back to Chet. And
He's gonna stop and look around and go, y'all don't, patrol your camp? Normally, when people make camp, don't they patrol? That was in stories.
That's what Kasha was kind of patrolling. I set up some protective spells.
Oh.
That's my role.
Great.
In the party. Do you know where they're camped?
No, I don't. I thought they were camped with you. They've been around you all the whole time.
Like all the way around? Is there like a specific direction they were coming from?
Oh, I was paying attention to you. You gave me food.
Oh. Well, thank you. Do you know what colors were they? Did they, because they say they have armor on them. Do they, what's on top of their heads? Do they have tails?
Roll charisma.
Okay.
I'm deciding on whether or not my bunny's going to sleep.
20.
Cool. It's asleep. No, it's playing. No, so it looks at you and it shrugs and says, "It's snowing and we are we're winter spirits, but normally we just assume they were all with you because they all kind of look the same." I mean, you're
Like
a little
the
bit
armor?
smaller, but they all have the armor, and yeah. So we don't see. I mean, normally you don't see a lot of armored things unless you get closer to the castle. So I just figured they were with you because they were so far away from it.
No, they're not with us. That's a little concerning.
Well, that's good
we're
because y'all
going-
smell better anyway.
How do they smell? Have you smelled it before?
And it stops and thinks. It does not remember, it says.
Great. Well, we're going to the crater to see
Oh.
big red crystals.
Okay,
going to
you
talk to
all are going to
Chronos.
the crater. Me and Elle are not. I
knew
am going
that.
to go to sleep though, because I'm tired. And normally we don't talk to people this long.
Oh, okay.
But you should go home and not go to the crater. Or
Oh, why not?
Cause that's where that big castle is, and they don't like people.
The castle's in the crater?
It's before the crater. The crater is behind it.
Oh. What's the castle? Who's in the castle? Do you know?
It just kind of sneers and looks around and is like, you should go home. And then I think it would kind of like hop around in a little circle and like make itself a little spot and then like kind of like start to like snuggle up into the snow. And then it would look and go, do you need a spot? Should I make you a spot too?
In a little bit, after my watch is done, I'll, you have a spot ready for me?
It would dig another little hole.
Thank you, Chet. Sweet dreams.
Yep. And then it would into like a snow cloud.
Meryl will tell Kasha everything.
Ash, if you would turn over and hug the large rabbit, it would explode into a snow cloud and probably wake you up.
I hate that.
Before you roll over, I feel like Meryl would tell Kasha everything. Be like, so there's other people that apparently have been circling us, and the bunnies thought they were with us, but they're definitely not with us, and said that we should go home several times, and the castle's before the crater, and they smell bad. I don't know what bad means. I tried. But I don't know what that means. There's armored people that are taller than me around.
Either spirits or on a different plane.
It might be. Armored spirits, though, is a little weird.
Second watch, whenever y'all are ready.
Yeah, I think as soon as Ash is woken up by a puff of snow cloud,
Yep.
I think she should wake up really irritated.
Oh, and like a
because
lick to the face.
Yeah, she would think that somebody just threw a snowball at her.
Yep.
She was like dead asleep. So she's waking up like super irritated. She's like, look, I'm already in a pissed off mood. I don't have anything to drink. I'm just trying to sleep. Why would you do that? And I don't know who would be closest to her, but I think whoever is closest is who she would probably direct that at.
It's probably the friggin' Thistle sleeping.
Yeah, I was gonna say either that or I was the one to wake her up for our turn on watch.
If it was Thistle sleeping, she is going to make a snowball as she's like grumbling and complaining, and she's gonna throw it at Thistle.
Meryl will melt it in air.
Okay.
So
Alright.
it does the...
Bunch of water smacks you in the face, Thistle.
Oh, that's
there you
worse. I was trying to evaporate. I was
water.
trying to evaporate it. I don't want to
I was
make you
gonna wake up for my shift, but you didn't have to wake me up with cold water. Ugh.
Meryl will turn around and go,
Just walk away.
but while it'd be like, so glad you both are up. I had a really enlightening conversation with the bunnies. We're being watched by people in armor.
Right.
And the castle's before the crater, and they told us to go home. But they said we smell good.
Do they have alcohol?
No.
The people in armor around us might.
We should find them.
If you can find them.
They did say about
keep watch.
They will. I mean, the bunnies asked if we were patrolling, and I'm like, we kind of did. I don't know if that's it. Good night.
Ash is really going to make it sound like if Ash can find the people with armor that are invisible around us, that they may have alcohol.
Ash will absolutely go sniffing for him. She has a good nose on her. She's sniffing for alcohol.
Thistle, are you staying near the fire, or just keep watch, or are you going with Ash into the darkness?
Don't go too far, because we're all close by, apparently.
I know. It's like, I feel like part of me, common sense-wise, is like, nah, I ain't doing that. But I also don't want Ash to go by herself.
And
she will. Equally irresponsible.
Meryl would let Thistle know that she cast alarm on the campsite.
You said you let me know that?
Yes, I'd like, as she's like dozing off, she's like, cast alarm, by the way, so everyone around the fire is good.
Alright, I'll follow Ash. See where we can go.
Cool. So you two are going to sleep, or are you meditating, Kasha? I need to know.
Do I get my rest in if I'm meditating?
I don't know what you do anymore as your character.
Me either.
I'll let you decide.
I'm asleep.
I know.
I mean, I feel like I should be able to.
Okay.
But.
So you're doing the meditation thing like you used to?
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Meryl, roll a charisma saving throw, and just let me know what it is. The other two of you are going to find people. Is that what we're doing?
The invisible people.
Very good.
Yeah.
Ash is sniffing for alcohol. So if she can smell that, she's following that trail.
And I'll just kind of like keep an eye out while you're sniffing, like perception, to see if I see anything.
Okay.
I got a 10.
Cool. Roll noted. Roll perception, Ash, with advantage because Thistle is assisting.
Advantage was a 13.
Okay. You make your way out past the rink that Meryl made to catch Chet, and there you find the footprints like off into the distance a little bit. You know which way they're going, and something kind of smells like off about the footprints. It smells like, I want to say like asbestos, but like it's like this like really like dank, like almost like basement-y smell, if you get what I mean.
Ew.
Right.
Smells very wet.
Wet
and old.
Yeah, it just smells like old people house.
Ew.
Ew.
Okay, I think that she would probably communicate that back to Thistle, and she would say, this doesn't... Slowly, like, she would start to feel less and less comfortable with what's happening. But I don't think that she would stop looking. Because now she's like, well, if there are, like, enemies in this forest, like, I need to protect these people, and I'm gonna find them.
Okay. Roll investigation.
On advantage or just straight?
I'm sorry. Yes, Thistle's with you. I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
You all are following tracks. It's not hard.
It's a 10.
Cool. You follow the tracks. They make a couple rings on the very outside of your camp, so you can tell they walked around your camp. Like, they made a big circle around it, like
it's clear they knew where we were.
Yeah. And but they come back to like whatever, and then they just go off into the distance. It's like they did one large circle around your little outcropping and then just left, as far as you can tell.
Can I roll like investigation or something just to like maybe sniff a little deeper at these tracks to see if I can maybe like tell exactly what they are? Is it something I might recognize?
Oh, that's a good question.
If not, I have a follow-up question.
What's your follow-up question?
And I try to do detect magic to see if I can trace any, like, sense any traces of magic in the area.
Okay.
From
Detect
That's a good
magic is
question.
more reasonable.
Okay.
How does your detect magic work? What I mean by that is, what are you looking for? So you cast detect magic. Is it something that you see, or is it would be something that you're trying to detect smell wise? How are you trying to detect it? Just which sense are you using?
Well, detect magic works by letting me see like a faint aura and being able to determine what school of magic it is. So I would feel like it would be like a visible
Okay.
thing.
Like a trail.
Yeah.
The footprints would glow, and then around you there would be little like spark auras everywhere, and then it would just be, it's not bright, it's not like everything lights up like a Christmas tree, but it is
Is it enough to like follow through the forest?
it would be enough to follow. Yes, you would be able to follow the footprints. I mean, each one of them kind of like glow. It seems like with detect magic, you can't really tell how long ago the footprints were. But that being said, since they are very, very softly glowing, you would get the idea that they're probably not, while they're fresh, they're not new. You get what I mean? Like, this is something you could follow for a while if you had to.
And I tell, because it says I can tell what kind of school of magic it is too. What type of magic is it?
There's a mix between necromancy and probably, I guess, what would that be considered? Like illusion.
Okay. So I would just relay that to Ash. Like I'm getting a faint magical aura off of the footprints. They're not brand new, but I mean they're still relatively fresh. And I would say like illusionary, necromantic
Like,
magic.
and then of course there's like elemental cold magic going on as well, but that's just
like
but you would know that's kind of like where you
follow it.
are in Omni. Like you are in like this part of the plane where you're at is very, like, you're still in like a fayish type of realm. You know what I mean? So like you get that, like there's a lot of cold magic going on. There's like nymphs. She just met some snow pixies basically, or snow nymphs basically. Yeah. Like that type of stuff is all around, but you would notice there is definitely some kind of like necromancy or like illusion or like I want to say like very like heavily based, that type of stuff. Yeah.
Hmm. But yeah, I would just tell her that, mention all that, and just say, like, I'm getting the faint traces of it, so we can still keep following it if that's what you want to do.
I think that now Ash wouldn't be as focused on the alcohol. I think now she is more focused on, okay, what if the party is in danger? And if we don't take care of it, if we don't find these people, because even if we find them, that doesn't necessarily mean that we have to engage.
Right. We
but
do the same thing.
Right. It could at least mean that we know.
Cool. So you're going to press into the woods a little bit further and following the trail?
I think Ash would, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would your ears would start to perk up. You'd start hearing running water up ahead. So you're going to come to a river.
And that would be a good place to look for a camp, generally.
There's a slight slope, but it's still pretty flat land. Like, this is not something crazy. You would push out, you wouldn't see, I guess, roll perception or investigation, depending, you know what I mean?
Just her?
Either of you.
Okay.
You both. It's fine. I mean, you're both doing this.
Both of us, probably. I got a 10.
Yeah, I didn't get much better. I got a 13.
Cool. The river is there. Most of it's frozen, but you can see running water underneath of it. It's pretty fast. It's pretty large too, but there's little outcroppings of rocks. It's still pretty dark. There are little like like little lights that kind of like float. These are like little wispy, closer to the water. They're like little wispy, like not fireflies, but like that idea of like just regular stuff that you see every night. Large boulders that make the river go through and like it's like thick enough that you could walk across the river if you wanted to, but large enough that you would need a bridge if it wasn't frozen. But you don't, and the tracks just go off into the distance still. So at this point, you get a sense that they are going towards some like just away. They're going away from you guys.
Okay, so it doesn't seem like these people are like in the area at all anymore.
Yeah, not that you can tell.
Okay.
I don't necessarily want to wander too far.
Yeah, I don't either. If they're on the other side of the river, is there anything, Thistle, that you can cast on the river that would be like a I don't know, like any kind of like detection spell that we could like set up a border that if it does get crossed again, kind of like alarm, I guess. But is there anything else that you have?
No.
Okay.
Detect magic is the one thing that I would really have.
Let me take a look at my equipment. How far are we from the camp right now?
Ooh, 45-minute walk.
Okay, never mind then. Yeah, 45 minutes is pretty far out. So I think Ash would be, if they're not in the immediate area, like there's not a camp, we can't see how far they are, I can't smell them on the air, and the footprints still aren't very new, I think Ash would be willing to head back.
Yeah, I definitely feel comfortable with that. Like, they're far enough away now at this point, and we've seen that they're leaving. They're not an immediate threat to us.
As far as we can tell.
Well, yeah.
Cool. You guys walk back. Morning happens. Everybody wakes up. What a great night.
Ash is still sober. It wasn't a great night.
Right. You guys wake up, and let's see. I guess we got to figure out which way we're going. Unless you're gonna just keep heading in the same direction.
Can I get an eye on that castle and that crystal from where we're at?
Sure. Roll survival. It's not a crystal. It's just a castle. I don't know why we keep saying crystal.
I thought you said there was like, it was like a stone or something that was coming.
Oh, the black stone castle. Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Okay. You said roll survival.
Yes.
7.
Okay. You look up. There's very tiny little jetting outcropping. You realize you probably have to cross the river that you saw the other day, or the last night, to go towards that direction.
All right.
But now you can tell everybody that there's a river.
Yeah, Thistle would kind of relay that to Kasha and Meryl, that Ash and I kind of followed the footprints last night, the type of magic we detected, the illusionary, necromantic magic, but the footprints went far enough away. We didn't feel comfortable to keep walking. We didn't want to go too far.
But we should be
illusionary necromagic.
What?
You said it was illusionary necromantic magic?
That was the 2 types of magic I picked up on, and then like an elemental cold magic too.
Something was intentionally trying to mess with us.
They did like a full circle around our camp and then just went across this river, which we're going to have to go to now, it looks like, to go in the direction we need to go.
We should just be fully aware that we may be coming up on another party relatively soon.
And armored, too, if they thought they were with us.
Right.
Yep.
And tall. They're tall.
Oh.
And most likely some type of undead, bad, not just...
Yeah.
Cool.
Charge.
You guys are walking. Give me a joint investigation roll while you walk.
Okay.
All of
How
us?
does that work? Do we
Yeah.
all just roll?
Yeah, everybody just rolls, and I'll take the average of it while I have the hiccups, apparently. We're not fish.
15.
You're
5.
not a fish.
9.
We're not fish.
15,
Might be a
18,
fish.
5, 9.
Okay.
15.
Specifically, Thistle and Ash, you guys are walking, and the tracks that you were following last night.
I was about to ask, can me and Thistle have advantage on that since we've already been here?
It's not going to change what I'm going to say, so
Okay.
You're good. While you're so now that it's the light of day and and you're on alert, I'm gonna say that like specifically you, Ash, are like you said, you're more worried about what's going on with the party and keeping everybody safe than anything else. Last night you guys followed the tracks, but now that you can see them clearly, you can see the way things are like. The way the snow is like crept on, you can see like the way the tracks were made, and you realize that you were following them backwards. So they weren't walking away from your camp; they walked towards it and made the circle.
So they would have still been in the area,
Yes,
and they're probably still following us now.
that's
for sure.
a thought process, I guess. But you do know that you have to go across this river to get towards where you're going. So, what are we doing as we get to the river?
Is it still frozen?
Most of it, yeah. There's patches of it that are not frozen, but the frost on it are like these giant blocks. Like you would feel safe walking on the ice as far as you know. Like looking at it, like this is something that if you looked at, it doesn't look like it's gonna crack if you will step on it. Giant, like glacially blocks of ice with water running underneath of it. Being said, let's pause here for a minute while I get a map for everybody. Okay, so yeah, you all can see the map. We're good. We're all there.
Yes.
Awesome. Daytime. So just talk to me about, you could see the part of the map that's like broken, so like the water is there specifically, but you can see where you can, like I said, the map, it looks good enough. There's giant boulders.
So we could like hop across.
Right. Who's going across first?
I think Ash would, honestly.
Great. Roll athletics or acrobatics, yo.
We're going athletic.
Cool. And then right after that, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no, that's a 10.
Great. Make a dexterity saving throw.
I was gonna say, as she's crossing the river, I want to mold her section in one of the patches that, like, along the path she's going, just in case an ice falls. So she at least has one place where she can have sure footing.
What is the dex save for?
Even better. You don't have to make one anymore because she's going to try and mold earth. So, you go to cast mold earth, and there's a big shaking, and you watch as a ice elemental pulls itself up out of the water because you've woken it up. But now she doesn't have to make a dexterity saving throw because she didn't step on it. Hold on, I can put it on the screen. There we go.
I can't tell if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Oh my god.
Great.
It's a bad thing. It's a real bad thing.
And roll initiative, everybody. I love nat
Man,
ones.
my rolls are awful today. I got a 9.
That's a bad thing. That's a real bad thing.
Gosh, I didn't do much better. I got a 10.
I got a 14.
Did I cause that? Or is it just gonna happen anyways?
I got a 14. So on the nat 1, this was gonna happen. I just didn't know how it was gonna happen.
Okay, I was gonna say after 15.
15. So Meryl's gonna
Holy
go.
shit.
Anybody get above a 15?
I did. I got a 17.
Kasha. I got a 14 for the elemental.
I need an emotional support ice cream sandwich.
Yo, me too.
That's really good.
Or do you need an emotional support llama? No, okay, anyway.
Yeah. Yes,
That would
I
also
do.
be good.
Can I have the llama?
What did Thistle get?
Thistle got a 10,
Oh.
and Ash got a 9.
Oh no.
Ash was
Yeah.
not expecting the giant elemental to appear at their feet.
Okay, so
hot.
Kasha, as Meryl casts her spell, you immediately understand what's happening because the water starts to shift wrong as this thing starts to turn, and you would see the icicles first. So you get to react. You would go first. So by all means, Kasha, as the giant ice elemental starts to turn around, and it kind of roars and and starts to pull itself through the water towards you guys. By all means, Kasha, go first.
I would charge at it. How close can I get?
Oh, you all are pretty close. Theoretically, I guess Ash is like right here. Meryl, you had to cast, so yeah. We're all there.
I would literally jump over Ash
Okay.
and like draw my sword.
Okay.
But before I hit it,
Mm-hmm.
I would try to cast Hold Person on it to see if we can like calm down the situation.
Hold person, yeah. What do I have to roll to not?
Above a 14 Wisdom.
Ooh, wisdom, huh?
Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna be very smart.
Do I have -2 on wisdom like I think? Oh no, I have +0 on wisdom. Okay. You said above a 14?
Mm-hmm.
I got a 13, so it's gonna be staying in place for at least this moment.
Mm-hmm.
So it is immune to being stunned, but being held in place is reasonable.
Yeah, so it's basically paralyzed. It's not stunned.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna say that it's because it's immune to most of those things, but I think that because it also is like stuck in the ice currently, like it's not like it has to like make its way out. I'll say it takes an extra turn to get out of the water.
Okay.
I'll
take it.
Because the hold person, while you wouldn't be able to like paralyze it or stun it, I will say that it can't move where it's at, based on what's going on. Yes, swing.
Okay.
If that's what you want to do, or do your thing.
No, we'll swing at it.
Cool.
I don't think we're gonna calm this down.
There is a damage threshold to doing damage to it, because it is just a giant block of ice, theoretically. It's a giant magical block of ice, I guess is the best way to put it.
Does a 20 hit?
Oh yes, you hit it on a 20. You need to do at least 10 damage to it before it can take damage.
Okay. So that's a 5. And then I can bonus. I already used my thing for that. That's all I can do on this round since I did magic too.
Okay. So you hit it, like you swing, you can see it like it doesn't like ting off or anything, but it's still, like I said, it's a giant magical constructed block of ice. You would scrape through past it. Meryl, it is your turn.
If I hadn't used the Hold Person, I could have done more damage, but
Yeah. Meryl, your turn.
There's no way we can run from this, right? Because I feel like if we run across the ice, it gets some sort of advantage, or its buddy is gonna pop up down below and be like, there are 2 ice elements. An ice elemental's not a plant, right?
No.
Great.
This is a construct.
Okay.
Also, it is raining very hard, so if everything pops off, let me know. I mean, in real life, it's raining very hard here.
Oh.
If I stop,
like,
I'll call you.
I'm like,
Okay, I was trying to think, like, how can we use this to our advantage?
I'm like,
Sorry.
I'm like, is the ice gonna melt if it's raining then? Like, that seems like advantageous to
No,
us.
in the game it's snowing. But keep going.
Oh. Okay.
And I mean, you can run from it. You could try, or I don't really know what you want to do here.
I feel like that's not
try
gonna
something when it gets to my turn.
I don't think it's gonna end up well. Yeah. Okay.
You hear the thunder at your house, right?
I just heard it. Let's throw an orb at it. Why not? Ooh, do I want to do that? No, I need to do that instead, because I have a higher chance of hitting it with more damage instead of witch bolting it, because that is less idea. Okay. Roll well, please. That's an 11.
Nope. AC is higher.
Great. Okay.
Is it my turn?
Hold on. Well, I need to move. I need to do something. Man, that sucks. Does my... No. No. Alright, I'm just gonna move. I will move... here. On the rock.
Okay.
I almost went. I'd like to go up into the tree. I really don't want to go into the tree. Because somehow it's going to shoot fire and set it on fire. I don't care that it's an ice elemental.
I promise you the ice elemental isn't going to shoot fire at anybody.
I don't care. I don't care that chipmunks belong in trees. Alex will not be doing this. I have had so many characters just get lit on fire because all of a sudden, I don't know.
Alright, on my turn.
Alright, I'm done.
I'm gonna use one of my action. It's gonna use one action. It like starts to like create this like swirling ice storm around itself and like roars, and then it's just gonna bring its hand down hard on Kasha and try and slam into her.
Can I just tell it no?
Elect no. That is a 19.
Nope.
So its hand comes down real hard, and Kasha, you dance around it just enough, and its hand like looks like it almost like becomes part of the ground and then rips back up. But that was my turn. And that makes it Thistle's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try a thing. So I am going to use my feline agility to double my movement speed. How far will...
Her foxy agility.
Foxy agility. How far will 60 feet get me away? I want to move down in the direction that Meryl moved to get on that thick sheet of ice that she's near.
So 60 will get you to the edge of the map if you wanted it to. Or it could get you to like here.
Yeah, perfect. That's perfect. Okay. And then, let's see. Make sure of something real quick first. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to cast Gust of Wind on the Ice Elemental. It has to make a strength saving throw of a 14.
Wow. I rolled an 11. I have plus 5 for strength, just so you know.
It is pushed 15 feet away from me.
Okay.
Well, you said you have plus 5 for strength?
Yeah, I have a +5 in my strength rolls.
So would that make it a 16?
No. I rolled an 11. Like...
Oh, with the plus
With the plus.
5.
I was explaining.
Oh,
yeah.
shit. Okay.
Okay, so it moves 15 feet. About there.
And now, it must spend...
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
Sure.
I'll let her finish doing her thing, and then I'll take my attack of opportunity.
Yeah, go ahead.
After that, it says it must spend 2 feet of movement for every foot it moves when moving closer to me.
Okay, cool.
And then whenever I want, I can use that as a bonus action again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And
Okay.
that is Thistle's turn.
Make your attack of opportunity as it moves away.
That was a 20, and it did 4 damage, so...
So you did hit it, though, which means you will take 2 cold damage.
I'd rather not. Okay.
Because of its ice form. Well, that's what it did when it like roared and made itself have a little swirly mass. Cool. That
Swirly mask.
Mass.
Oh, mask. I thought you said mask.
No, why would I ever say that? So
I have
Ash,
no idea.
your turn.
All right. I don't really have an option but to go melee with this thing.
I tried to push it so we could maybe run and slow it down, if that's what people want to do.
What?
I don't, Ash is not really the type to run.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for the party. She is.
Unfortunately for the party. I'm telling you what, Ash is going to be a lot of fun to go dungeon delving with.
Kasha will
Yes,
straight
she
up
is.
die before she runs.
So Ash is gonna go ahead. She's gonna rage. As Ash does. Oh wait, that's my bonus action. So I guess she's gonna attack first.
No, you can use your bonus action first.
Oh, I actually never knew that.
Yeah, you
There's
can.
no order.
There's no order. You just
I didn't know that.
You can move first. You can move last. You can.
yeah.
Cool. Well, she's gonna rage before she moves then. And then she is going to... I guess I do have... I forgot that I have this crossbow.
Me too.
I also have this half spear. So before she engages in full melee, I think instead of running all the way up to it, she will rage, but she's going to take this ornate half spear.
Mm-hmm.
It is silvered, and she is going to throw it.
Cool.
I think she's going to try to hit it in, like, the eye.
Roll to hit.
Man, my rolls today, it's a 12.
That is not its AC.
All right, well, she missed, guys.
Spear goes and just falls down.
Great.
I feel that.
There's not anything else I can do.
All right. Kasha, your turn.
Oh, wait, I have another attack, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, do your other attack.
I forgot I had to. Well, since that didn't do anything, now she's gonna try to melee. She's gonna try to run at it with the vicious sickle.
Rawr. Okay.
Exactly that. That's a 10. I'm over it today.
You run, you do the thing, you again.
I have a plus, just so you guys know, I have a +8 to hit.
Giant block of ice.
I was like, we roll low in this campaign. We consistently roll low.
It's okay. Giant block of ice. Kasha, your turn.
I'm going to go back up and charge it again.
Mm-hmm.
And basically do all of my swingy swings at its face.
Oh, the swingy swings.
Yes. First one is a 21.
Hits.
Second one is a 12, unfortunately.
Does not hit.
And again, 14.
Misses.
Oh my god.
It is a very durable construct.
19.
19 hits.
Fantastic. 2 hits. And that is a total of...
What kind of damage are you doing?
slashing.
Okay.
With citrine. And that's a total of 13 damage.
Awesome. You do 13 damage to it.
And then bonus action... I want a bonus action smash it in the face with that. That's not going to do enough damage. Oh, wait, yes. Oh, fuck. I'm trying. I'm going to hit it in the face with my shield.
Okay.
An 18.
What'd you say?
18 hit.
Hits.
And that's another 5 damage. So a total of 18 damage.
Total of 13 damage.
That works.
Great. You have to do a base 10 damage with a hit before it does the damage. To get through its, like, frost armor form thing.
That's fucking annoying.
Until you all do something specific to it, then... Yeah.
Somebody set this bitch on fire.
Yeah, that's
cool.
I'm trying.
Meryl, your turn.
My turn.
I'd like to feline agility, double my movement so I can get on the other side of the river.
Okay. Let's zoom out. Great.
Hooray! But like back. I'm squishy.
Feel that?
Now squishy. The definition of squishy. I mean you have a low AC. Not that you think you have a low AC, but you actually have a low AC.
Oh my gosh. Bramble's not here. Just do your
higher
thing.
than mine, girl. You probably have higher than me.
I don't think I do. That's the problem. I'm gonna cast... let's do another chromatic orb, because I want to hurt this thing.
What kind of, does it matter?
Fire!
Oh, okay.
As opposed to what? I don't think I could melt it with, like, acid. I mean, I could shock it, but I feel like cold and lightning somehow go together, so...
At the end, ask me what vulnerabilities it has, and I'll tell you.
Just throw ice at it, just for fun.
Do not throw ice at it. No, okay, so did you hit?
I did. I rolled a 19.
A 19? Okay, fire. Great.
Yep, and I'm doing a 3rd level. Let's just...
Cool. Roll the damage,
there.
please, and then I'll explain.
Hold on, I have to get all my dice. Because it's 5d8, so I want to hit the thing. Where is my... Oh, there it is. $25.
Nice. So as the fire hits, you watch as some of the ice melts and it like softens itself as it like roars and like starts to like pat itself almost, and as it pats itself, it like leaves like patches of its own hand there because it's like getting stuck to the part that's melting. It's mad, and it just, you can tell that it does a good amount. It's vulnerable to fire. You did a good amount of damage to it. Because you have hit it now with enough fire, you don't have to do the 10 damage anymore. You can just do regular damage to it.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So you did 25. Okay.
And because all I have as bonus action is movement and 2-weapon fighting, I'm not about to like throw a dagger at it. And I don't think that I have unless I can use my crossbow.
I think you did a spell. I don't know. Can you use your crossbow as a bonus action?
If it does, I don't know if it counts as 2-weapon fighting. Probably it doesn't, unless I'm the crossbow expert.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, I think I need crossbow expert to be able to.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Load it and whatnot. So
Very good.
I'm over here just taunting it and going, nah.
Okay. Elemental's turn. You hit it with fire. It's going to sling a giant rock boulder at you. So
cool.
It rips a piece of itself off and just rolls it at you basically. And then after that, it'll try and land its other arm on Ash as it comes around. But first to hit Meryl, I do hit you.
Even if I shield it?
Are you using shield?
Oh, fuck. I forgot. I don't get to...
No.
I don't get to know now. What's the chance that I could Misty Step straight in the air instead? No, that's not a reaction. Sorry. I'm just being silly.
That'd be cool.
That would be really cool. I'll throw up a shield.
I rolled a 20.
Fuck. Okay.
Hold on a second.
Hello?
Hold on a second.
Quiet.
Oh yeah, it was just quiet.
Sorry.
Should have absorbed elements instead.
You're fine.
I'm squishy.
It's fine.
I don't have armor.
I have heals.
I was gonna say, I
Oh,
think Kasha's
great.
the only one.
Oh, that's what's on the map now, Way.
I'll explain it in a second. I just want to also roll my damage first.
God.
Oh my god.
So
What am I standing near? I don't
Okay,
know.
maybe less fine.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 13 piercing damage to Alex.
Oof.
Or to Meryl. And then as the thing hits, it rips open and shards go everywhere. The spots on the map are where magically they're starting to fall. So you have a turn to get away from them. So you have to move to not take the damage from it on your turn.
When it does damage to Alex, I use Rebuke the Violent
Okay.
as a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Which means it needs to make a wisdom saving throw of a 14 or better.
God help me. I rolled an 11. Okay.
So it takes radiant damage equal to the damage it just dealt.
Okay, so 14 damage to myself.
13.
13 damage to myself. 13, so that makes it 51.
Yeah.
That's 51. How much damage did you get?
Guess we'll have to find out.
Ow. Ow. Okay. Now to swing on Ash. Does a 19 hit Ash?
Yes.
Great. I didn't think it would, honestly. I'm used to most of you having a very high AC.
Mina has an AC of 22 or something.
I remember.
I get it.
I remember.
Ash will be increasing her AC after this.
Mina's so cool. I was like, Mina's so cool.
Mina's so cool.
Mina's my baby.
You take 70. No, that's wrong. Hold on.
Whoa.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13.
Let's say, did you think we're level 10? What's happening?
No. I started to read the dice and it came out my mouth, but I rolled a D100 or one of the you know what I mean? One of the
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, what? It's the 13. You take 14 bludgeoning damage and 4 ice damage.
I'll half all of.
Yep.
Yay, barbarian.
No.
Yay.
As it's this large hand just comes and instead of actually pushing into you, it's almost like a wave of frost rolling over you. because you know how like when you hit a wave of water hits you, it like makes a little bubble and goes around you. It's that, but it's just like clear ice going ripping around you. As it like pushes through, and that's when the other two things sling off of it. So every time it attacks, things nearby you'll have to move and stuff, basically.
Okay.
Cool. And it roars and it's very loud. It shakes the ground a little bit as it gets its movement back, and it is now Thistle's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move however far I can possibly move to get myself out of this weird orb.
Which direction?
Towards Meryl.
Okay. I mean, realistically, you could go off the fucking map if you wanted to at this point, so...
Nah, I'm not... No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and as you move, this giant column of ice just and shatters behind you. So, good job. You avoided it. Yay.
I still get my attack and everything, though, right?
Yeah, that was just movement. I'm just forcing you to have to move. That's all.
I am also going to hit it with fire.
Cool.
Damn it. I bet a 14 doesn't hit.
No, that is not its AC. Just under.
All right, well, I tried.
Ash,
do the wind thing again.
Ash,
Make it back up
go.
more.
I can't do the wind thing again because that was a leveled spell. Since I just tried to cast a 3rd level spell, can I do that?
I thought you said you could use it as a bonus action whenever you want.
Yeah, if it's a bonus action, you should still be able to do it. Because
I didn't know if it mattered if it was a leveled spell versus a cantrip.
Well, so
No,
wait,
doesn't matter.
I thought after you casted it, because it affected it, you got to use it again as a bonus action whenever you wanted. Isn't that part of the spell?
Yeah, but I just didn't know since it's a leveled spell. I didn't know if that
Because
mattered.
it's part of the spell and it failed its thing, you can just use it. You can keep pushing it if you want.
That's fine. Then yeah, I'll do that. I'll
Okay.
do that again.
What do I got to roll?
Strength of 14.
Okay. Sure.
That's how we also feel today, so you know.
Yeah,
it's just one
no,
of
we're
those
all
fights.
around. We're just rolling under 10s, man. Let me tell you.
We're not hitting above its AC.
It like the wind picks up again and it's like and it just slams its hands on the ground because it's very annoyed.
Yeah.
Meryl gives you a high five.
I want you to understand this is like a very large, like 4-story house elemental getting pushed by a fox with wind.
I am super aware, and I'm surprised it worked twice.
Me
Yeah.
too. Let me tell you, me too. I rolled a natural 3 and a natural 2 so far to stop it from being pushed.
I won't question
Yeah.
Anyway, Ash, that is your turn.
Awesome.
You
God,
do
the
absolutely have to move.
Yeah, I saw. All right, she's gonna move. She's gonna run straight up to it, and she's just gonna melee this thing. I swear to God. All right, an 18.
Yeah, 18 hits.
God.
A little bit over its AC.
It's 15 or 16 or something.
It's a 13.
Its AC is 16.
Gonna bonus action. 15. I'm gonna lose it today. And a 17. So 2 of them hit.
2 of them hit, and you don't have to.
All right.
You don't have to roll above a 10 to damage-wise to do a damage to it anymore because of the fire. As long as somebody this round hits it with fire again, or the other thing that it's vulnerable to, we're good.
The other thing it's vulnerable to.
Clearly, it's not radiant damage.
She did 15 damage.
Oh, great.
Is it force damage?
It's slashing.
No, I'm sorry. Talking about its other vulnerability out loud.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I'm trying to decide.
Oh,
what
it
else I
was
could
non-magical
cast
slashing damage, though, right?
Just normal slashing damage. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I have a vicious sickle. Give me 1 second.
Oh, then no, you're fine.
Okay,
Keep going.
no. Nope, it's just plain old slashing damage, I think.
You're fine. You're fine. Go ahead. You do take damage from hitting it, though.
Of course I do.
You take 3 cold damage. And you have
Great.
disadvantage on dexterity saving throws next turn.
Okay.
Don't you still have that though? Because you're.
Yeah, she has it.
Okay.
The disadvantage on the dexterity saving throw is the part that I want.
Give me.
And I need to do it. I need to do at least 2. I need to do above 2 on the D4 when I'm trying to roll the damage to inflict that. So.
Okay.
I'm happy with myself. That's all.
1 second. Sorry,
You're good.
I'm so used to playing Mina that like all of her little features and stuff. I
Yeah,
have to
you're fine.
remember what Ash has and what she doesn't.
Is okay.
I wonder if it is acid damage.
Could be.
Okay. I don't have anything else that I can do, so that's
Okay.
what I'm gonna.
Ash's
We're gonna call it
turn.
good.
Kasha,
Sorry, and how much damage did I take? Sorry, Kasha.
you took 3 damage, but you have it to 2. So
To 2. Okay.
we've been saying
Bless
we've been
you.
rounding up for everything in this whole campaign.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to run up to it and continue this stabby bit.
Yeah. I like that she's like pushed it partially off the map.
Nine.
Just keep pushing it until we don't have to deal with it anymore.
That would be cool.
14 doesn't. 18 hits. So that's another 2 hits.
Nice.
That is 9. 1. I feel like I should be doing more damage. 12 damage. What am I not doing?
You don't have any smites?
As a paladin, you have to cast smite on your blade. That's what's happening.
Like, do
Oh,
you have
shit.
it? You should use that as a bonus action to cast a smite and then add that damage.
Yeah,
Ask
I forgot
Delona.
Or if you're
The
like, you could
paladin.
have just regular divine smite that you use as a spell slot to
I don't
add to
see
your.
it on my list.
Meryl's turn is next. They should be in there.
Oh yeah, there it is. Whenever
Yeah,
I
you
hit
have divine smite, and then there
it's a
can be
special
other.
thing. It's not even like it's just done.
Mhm.
I was not adding that. My bad.
No worries.
You're learning. You used to be a monk for a long time.
I was
this
a
is-
monk for a very long time. It's
Yeah, so Paladin's
it's,
new and
it's
fresh.
a learning curve.
If I can help with paladin, just ask me.
Yeah,
This fat little llama is killing me.
At 2d8 radiant damage.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
It's a fat little llama. It's what it is. Look how cute it is.
It's cute, but why is it here? Why do I keep looking away from the screen and then things pop up?
I know. Me too.
What
So that
the
was
fuck?
12 plus 12 is 24, so that's much better.
It's so cute.
Very nice. What kind of damage is it?
Radiant
Okay.
and
What
slashing.
The fuck? I'm
Half was slashing, half was radiant. I don't
You
know
said
if that matters.
24,
Correct.
so it's at 90.
What the fuck is that thing? It's so cute.
I know.
Right?
welcome.
Okay, so
And
Kasha
player too.
cleaves through a piece of its chest, and then I think you would hear right before Meryl goes, you will hear kind of like a deep, gruffer voice. Hello. It seems you all need some help. Yes, and you would turn, and there is, like I said, a very, very stocky, large llama in full plate armor, and he has 2 other very furry, very hard to tell what kind of creatures because they have full helmets on, full knight regalia, and then 2 like squire-looking lizard people with them. And they are fully decked out in like this is obviously a knight. He looks like a questing knight, like you would think of like this is a knight questing for the Grail in his party, and he's got like a big. The llama has like the little flat like like Friar Tuck has like the bald spot on his head. That the llama has that. It's got like the hair right here in the front and then a little bald spot. and he's got little chubby cheeks, and he's the one talking, and he's like, man, yeah, can we help you all? It seems like this is a large creature.
Not bad. Yeah.
It's pretty large. Kasha is pretty large.
Immediately she'd be like, excuse me, can you all take just one step back?
We can leave.
Or one step forward, one to the side. You can cha-cha if you would like, but can you just take a step to your side?
Okay. Yeah, he takes a step forward, and his knights along with him. The two squire-looking people are with him, and he goes, I'm Viscount Bravo. Can I help? We can leave if this is something that you are doing for fun, but that does not look very fun.
Hi, Bravo. While they're stepped to the side, can we see with their footprints in the snow? Does it look like what was around our camp? Because I wanted fresh evidence of how, like, the footsteps they make. Because
I think we're still in initiative.
You are in a giant... This is her turn. I'm just saying, you are currently fighting a very large elemental. If this is what you are going to focus on, I will let you roll an investigation on your turn.
No. You have new people show up and I can't ask anything.
No, I mean you can ask. I'm just saying, like, but I'm saying, like in the terms of we are fighting a elemental. Is this something that Meryl would honestly be like, let me investigate fully during this moment? Because we are in initiative, so I gotta take 10-second times.
Okay, aware. I already rolled for that anyways. You just have up in full plate armor that also the people following us last night.
I know what I'm doing.
Also had armor.
Right.
I didn't say you didn't know what you were doing.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I don't believe I said that once. I believe what I said was
you're welcome to join.
It feels suspicious that they just want to come and help people. And we were followed by people in armor.
It's very suspicious.
I feel like we can deal with that after we take down the giant frost elemental, though. Maybe. I don't know, that's just the way Thistle would think.
She moves to... They all move to the side. They leave very similar footsteps to what you were looking at, yes.
In fairness, Meryl's probably not looking at that then. I had already rolled to hit because of...
Oh, cool. Did you hit?
Well, yes, I got a 23.
Fuck. Great. Do damage.
I'm doing another chromatic orb with fire again because I don't want to chance not being able to have the melee weapons hit. So I guess, without forgetting that knowledge in game, Meryl will just say, hi, in a minute! So I'll roll damage.
Right. While you're doing your damage, Bravo will look, little fat llama guy, will look down and, at one of the full knights, and he'll say, Caleb, go help. And, my knight with the two swords will charge in as well, next to Ash.
28.
Nice.
My bonus action is expending a sorcery point, so that way I could recover 3rd level spell.
Okay.
And then Meryl moves over here. Just cuz.
Just cuz.
I don't know. I just wanted to. So Meryl's also moving to the side. If we could pretend the asking about moving didn't happen. If that's not what.
No, that's
we're
fine.
Doing in battle. That's just what
you told them to move to the side. They all did. It makes sense. I was just saying. I meant the investigation of their footsteps seems like it would be hard to do in that second.
Well, yeah, that's not what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay. My knight runs up next to you, Ash, and I will take 2 cleaves at it with its 2 long swords or whatever the fuck they are. Well, I hit it once. That's kind of cute. Can't roll a hit, but I can definitely roll damage. Fuck. So that puts it at 132. Great. It cleaves, and one of its arms kind of rip off as he cleaves through it. Please roll in perception, Ash.
Me? Okay.
And then all of you make a charisma saving throw, please.
18.
18. Okay, so you would notice that he is making no sound at all while attacking. Like
and
his armor, his armor is making noise, but he makes no, like, there's no grunt. Like, you know, you when you swing, you like, you know what I mean? Like, you make the noise and stuff. He is dead silent as he attacks.
Is any part of him making noise at all, or
his
is it
armor clanks
like
a little? His armor clanks a little bit, but there's no like, other than that, there's no noise.
Almost like he's not alive.
You can make your own inferences. Cool. What's everybody's charisma save?
Mine was
24.
19.
Who said 24? Cool. Great. We will do that in, well, so as he goes and cleaves through that, for a moment, I mean, like, a brief moment, Meryl, you would almost have, like, the effect of fear set in on you. And
like the previous night when I noticed the creature.
Yeah. All of it,
Okay.
your hair would stand up. And it's almost like you feel nauseous slightly. But then it goes away really fast.
She clutches her stomach and goes, that's unpleasant.
Nobody else, what did everybody else roll?
19.
12.
What did Kasha roll?
17.
Okay, cool. Beautiful. It is Meryl just went. It's the elemental's turn. I take 4 damage on my guy for attacking. So it starts to, like, fall apart. So I would need Ash and Kasha to make dexterity saving throws to not get caught up in this thing collapsing on the ground. You have a disadvantage on your dex save. Ash.
I do?
Yeah, from the last turn. And I will
Okay.
make a save.
So I
for my
generally
gun.
have advantage, so then would I just roll
You just
it as
roll
normal?
regularly.
Okay.
I got a nat 20.
Nice.
Good job.
So
I got a 15.
You hop back. 15. I don't remember what it is.
Wait, didn't you say that you typically roll with advantage? Instead of rolling with disadvantage, you would roll regularly?
Yeah.
Then take your first one instead of taking the second one you rolled with.
So the second one, so I rolled the first one with advantage because I generally get advantage on dex saves, but the second time I just rolled it
I'll
normal.
hop back as well.
Sorry about that. I just see the number pop up.
Oh no, you're
I figured
okay.
you just rolled it once.
And then it's 1d10, and then 3. Okay, so it's 6, and then 5, 10, 15. So it would be 22 frost damage as the whole thing falls apart, but you both would have it, and then Ash, you'd have it from there as well because you passed the test.
So it was 22 altogether?
It's 22 altogether, then 11, and then you'd have it again from there to 6. Yeah. So you will take 6 frost damage, and Kashi will take 11. As the whole thing collapses into the water, disappears, and now Viscount Bravo and his people are there. We're out of initiative. I'm going to go back to the regular screen. Viscount Bravo looks around and goes, that was cool. Y'all have a good one. And he starts to leave.
Who are you?
I don't think we want it.
He stops. We are going to the castle up ahead, to meet with our patrons and everything. We were on we were questing off across the ocean, and then the barrier went down, so we got to come back. It's been a long time.
Following us?
Roll up straight up charisma. Just a straight charisma check.
It's a 10.
We weren't following you. I do have my my squires here. They do patrol at night to make sure we're not attacked. We were, and he points towards the trees a little bit north. He goes, we made camp on the hill over there last night. Maybe we were close.
Well, me and my foxy friend over there were patrolling our own camp last night and saw that there were footprints in nearly a perfect circle around our camp, almost as if the footprints knew that we were there and were particularly avoiding our camp. Was that you?
I don't patrol. That would be and he would turn and go, Caleb, Steiner, either of you see anybody on your patrol? Caleb, the one that hasn't spoken yet, would just kind of stand very straight up. But Steiner, the shield, or he was the shield, but he's the more heavily armored of the two. He'd pull his helmet off. You'd feel queasy again for a second, Meryl, on a 24. But he is a rather decent looking like reindeer, fairly buff. And he would look around and say, there was another camp, but we didn't approach or anything. We weren't trying to make issues with anybody.
While this is happening, Meryl's gonna try and pretend to stretch, and she's shooting a message at Kasha and goes, like, so that way they don't know what she's doing.
I definitely don't.
She's like, they make me feel nauseous. I feel similarly to how I felt last night when I knew we were being watched, like we were the prey. I don't trust these people. Let's leave.
Since we are blatantly like now asking if they were following us, we're not hiding anything. Can I try to use detect magic again on that group to see if I can kind of get the same feel of magic that I got from the footsteps as last time?
Yeah, you cast detect magic, and other than their swords or whatever, nothing really pops off to you that would recognize it. You feel queasy for a second.
Do they smell the same?
Roll investigation, I suppose.
$19.
There's a odd musk coming from the fat llama, but more of like he put too much cologne on than anything else.
Ugh.
Yeah. Like Axe body spray.
So in conclusion, would we be able to tell that this is not the same people that have been following us?
It is a good assumption.
Yeah.
Okay. Not necessarily trustworthy, but not the same people either.
I think Steiner would look around and say, "Not to be too forward. I am the King's Guard. But why are you all out here? We do not normally get visitors."
What king?
Do you just scream, "What king?"
Yeah, because remember, you're like,
I was thinking it too.
I mean, honestly, Kasha's
out.
for it.
He stands up a little bit. He stands up a little straight and goes, "Lord Martin of the Onyx Tower. He is the king of this area."
I think that Ash, like when she hears that, would actually snort. Like she'd like cover her mouth and like snort and just like stare at the party. Yes. I don't think she would expect Meryl to do that.
Right. Lord Martin of the Onyx Tower. This is the land of Velix.
Velix, you say?
Recognize any of that?
No. That being said, roll history, Kasha.
Roll history.
Yeah, please.
Lord Martin of Belix.
I got a 22.
Did you really?
Yeah, 17 plus 5.
I miss being good at history.
I'm gonna message you. I'll message you. It's fine.
I mean, history is kind of my thing.
Jesus.
Miss not being good at history, but still somehow being good at history.
Yeah, Miss Nat 20 plus 0.
Higher than my history.
You rolled like 4 Nat 20s in a row before for history, but you had a plus 0.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I was not good at it, but somehow still good
Amethyst. When Thistle was Amethyst.
You remember. Hold on.
Oh, you can still message back to me, by the way, Kasha. You are allowed to respond to me in my head.
I forgot what we talked.
It was where I said, I feel nauseous. I feel similarly to how I felt last night. I don't trust these people. I only trust llamas that are pink. And give me advantage.
Valid.
We good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Very cool.
So I recognize the feeling, but not necessarily.
Not that you are, yes, but you would recognize the feeling.
Okay.
You would also I'm giving it to you a little bit easier on 22 as well because Meryl rolled the 24 to feel nauseous.
Yeah.
So otherwise you wouldn't have gotten it on 22. So to give you that's the only reason you got it.
Okay. So I would have a better. Yeah, I don't want to be near them. I would become very uncomfortable just with like the memory.
Yeah.
And since I still have the message back to Meryl, I'd be like, definitely not good creatures. Definitely do not want to be around them.
I'll start stretching again because I am so stretchy. And then I will message to Ash and be like,
I didn't notice
Kasha
it.
said that they notice it?
I didn't notice it. Go ahead.
Oh, message to Ash and be like, Kasha said that she doesn't want to be around them and trust them. That is good enough reason for me. Let's you want to cross the river in a sneaky, fun way?
Yeah, I think that Ash, trying to be really inconspicuous about it, should be like, well, appreciate your help. Thanks for that. We were.
As you start to back away, I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
That's a nat one.
Ash, you are taken by this fat llama, as he says, "I would love for you to come back with us to meet the king, and you can eat dinner and drink with us tonight."
Fuck.
Oh, it says drink too. Fuck.
We have all of the rum you could ever possibly want.
Fuck.
When Kasha hears that invite, she's gonna be like, Ash, no. We have other things we need to be doing.
None of that affects her out on that one. She can't hear you.
I still have my sword in my hand, and I'm just gonna be like talking to Citrine in my head. I'm like, are you ready?
Citrine's like, they have fingers.
We're gonna get all the fingers.
Yes, we are.
Okay. We're on a deadline, Ash.
I'm gonna call back and I'm gonna be like, leave her alone.
Deadline. That's an interesting word. I think Steiner would look and say, deadline for what? Can we assist?
No.
What Kasha said. We're No.
What are we doing? The fat llama is going to beckon for Ash to get on the horse it has with it, and they are going to start to leave.
I think
I am
that
going to
Ash.
throw my sword, calling for Citrine.
Ash, you are fully charmed. Like, I'm letting you know. Like, this is a full... Like, you are...
Kasha is attacking the llama.
Is that something I can counterspell?
Kasha's attacking the llama?
Can I attempt to counterspell the
So...
charm?
Wait. Again. Kasha, as you would go to attack, I think that Steiner would make eye contact with you, and I need a charisma saving throw from you as well.
No!
You can roll perception to see if you understand what's going on, Thistle.
Great.
Another 17.
You are fully under it as well.
What does a 12 get me?
You get to roll a saving throw as well.
Charisma save?
Charisma saving throw, please.
I think that Ash, even though she is fully charmed, she is absolutely listening to them. Her eyes are like glazed over, but she heard alcohol, so with that, she is at this point acting on instinct, and Ash's instinct is gonna be to like look in their bags for alcohol.
Oh, ooh.
So can she like rummage through their stuff while she's charmed, just looking for a drink?
Yes. Yes. Fuck. Yeah. We'll do that in a second. What did you roll, Amethyst?
Okay.
Or, Thistle?
I got a 6.
Thistle, you are on board with this plan of leaving.
I love it. We definitely need somewhere to rest.
Meryl, you feel super nauseous, so you can't make eye contact right now. But what would you do watching the three of them getting ready to leave?
I'm looking at the ground really quickly, and I'm like, fuck. I'm gonna tap on myself, protection from good and evil, because I'm like, something's fucking wrong. And I want to make sure that I protect myself first.
Okay, we'll get to that in a second too. Kasha, are you able to?
Throw my sword?
Are you? It would have been in response to you about to throw your sword. The second I realized you raised your sword, that's when I was going to do it. So you wouldn't have gotten to do all of that. You would have raised your sword, and I would immediately have done.
But I'm still holding my sword.
You are holding it, but you would be. It's like fast friends. It's the idea that you are very at ease with all this, and your mind is clouded. It's kind of like a whirlwind of being drunk, almost. I'm going to go through this in order of what happens.
Because Meryl will tap herself, and then she'll look up.
Yep.
And she will.
So wait. Let me get to that, because it is an order of things. So let me just get to the order. Some horses show up for Kasha and Thistle. The squires are helping you guys up to the horses. You're rummaging through bags, and you are finding just like small casks of different drinks and bread and like food and like gold pieces of like goblets and stuff like that. You like this is a fully like just treasure and liquor in these bags.
Am I too far in to notice the treasure?
No, this is what you are finding.
Are they paying any attention to me now? Like, now that they think that I am fully charmed, that there is no danger,
Viscount Bravo is watching you go through the bags and trying to help you up on the steed.
I'm gonna take everything out of that bag that I can.
Yeah, that's fine. You start pocketing stuff, and are you gonna drink the liquor and stuff?
Yeah, it's of no difference to her.
Awesome.
Ash, she doesn't.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is when Meryl, you will look up, and so if it's a bad wisdom saving throw, you are fully. It prolongs the effect.
I bounced off of a nat 20. It's an 8.
Okay, yeah. Meryl, you look up as everybody is getting taken away. These are the fat thing is just this is a mortify. You have protection against good and evil, so you can't. It's not affecting you. You are seeing.
Yeah, I can't be charmed.
You are seeing ghouls and 2 skeletons and This is a full on like necromancer's party. She is currently drinking blood out of a giant like frothing thing, and everything that she's pocketing are like pieces of people and animals, and all of the stuff is like decaying remains of things. The horses are just like these undead steeds that look like zombified. The Steiner, who was the large thing, he looks like some kind of reptilian. Like it's like he's like missing an eye and a piece of his mouth. The one who was silent before is literally just it's like a undead knight that doesn't have the bottom of his mouth. And everybody is just playing into this madness. That being said, even though you are theoretically protected from being charmed, I still need a charisma saving throw.
$11.
You are silenced. And you watch as they leave with them.
I can't cast anything else?
You are silenced. You can't do anything currently.
Unless you have a spell that doesn't require any semantic, like, verbal components.
It lasts for 25 minutes. You can
I
follow after them, though.
Take out my crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
As they're walking away, I'm going to try and aim for the llama.
Okay. Viscount Bravo.
Come on. Come on. That's not getting... It keeps getting stuck, and that's just annoying. I didn't realize that was... A 24?
You hit him.
Okay. Just... Great. Then I'm gonna run away. For 5 damage, and I'm running away.
Arrow sails through the air, bolt just to his side. He is talking to Thistle and Ash. He pulls the arrow out and licks it and drops it on the ground and continues to talk. Just as like... So, although he looks like a fat llama to everybody else, he is just like this bulbing, like pulsating, like blob of skin and grafted together pus, and just this like bulbous looking little thing.
Do you know how mad I am?
I've got no choice but to follow them.
Yep.
Even though I'm silenced, this is...
So you follow them up through this cut, and as they get down to this like area, you realize you're being led down a hill, and you can start to see this castle. Well, okay, you guys, let's do both of these back and forth. The three of you on these horses, and with these wonderfully armored knights, and gloriously, they're just offering you food and anything else. You don't have to take the food, mind you, but they do offer you drinks. It has been a while. So if you would like, if your character would drink, then by all means, please drink. Thinking that you do believe they're your friends. In which case, go ahead.
Can I still hear Citrine?
Yeah.
Cool. What is she saying?
Like that. Cool. What is she saying? So currently Citrine is just at your side, wondering when you are going to fight.
So I would be probably pretty confused because my sword wants to fight, but...
Well, you said that we were going to fight and then you didn't release her. So she was like, yeah. But every once in a while she'd be like, I'm still ready. Are we going to kill, you said I could have fingers? This is not unlike Citrine, though. Let's be very honest.
Yeah. part of me feels like I would be confused, like,
right.
if I said we were going to do a thing, but now we're not going to do a thing. Why did I say that?
I mean,
but I don't know.
Roll intelligence, I guess.
Sure. No, I'm not very smart right now. I got a 5.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think that it would dawn on you that, like, you knew you wanted to fight for a second, but I think it's just too far out of your reach. As you guys come down along this ridge, and you just see this wonderfully large castle. The gates open up. There are little fires flecking. It's very warm. There is a large drawbridge, and Vice Count Bravo says, we are going to have a feast. We'd love for you all to join us. We're very excited. And they lead you all into the castle. Meryl, what you see is them walking into a cave.
How long has it been?
A while. So yeah, I mean, you could cast now if you want.
Great.
As they hit the cave entrance, what are we doing?
I can cast protection of good and evil from... No, it's a touch thing, motherfucker. What else has a range? I can dispel magic.
Cool.
From 120 feet away.
Awesome. What does that look like? What are we doing?
I get to choose a creature.
Which creature are you choosing?
And who's closest?
I mean, are you aiming for one of your party members? Are you aiming for Fat Llama Guy? Are you aiming for Steiner? Are you aiming for a horse?
Well, I don't think that dispelling magic on llama, fake llama, how dare you make it a llama,
it's a beautiful
is
llama.
going to
disrespect all llamas.
Really. I don't think dispelling magic on him is going to do anything, so I'm trying to do it on my party.
Okay, realistically, I think Kasha would be closest. Ash and Thistle are on the llamas, next to Llama, and Ash and Kasha would have been sitting with Steiner. So.
Okay, I guess Kasha first, because I would try to aim for Thistle, because I know Thistle's also a spellcaster, but honestly, Kasha's most knowledgeable. So, let's go for Kasha first. Its DC is 10 plus the spell's level.
Yes, you have to roll whatever you cast magic with as a check. And what you roll
against
has
a level
to be
6 spell.
10 plus whatever level spell he casts.
It's a level 6 spell.
Oh, it's a level 6 spell?
Yeah.
So you gotta roll 16 or higher.
Okay.
It's gonna be much higher the second they get inside the castle.
Yep. No, I know. I'm trying. That's terrifying. Okay.
This is a good thought, though.
I was trying to do that, but, you know.
No, I know. That's why I was almost trying to aim for you, but at the moment, if Kasha's closer, please roll well.
Come on, dice.
It's a 12.
Cool. They go into the castle, and some of the guards come up. There are 4 guards that would stop you. You guys are led down a large, glorious hallway into a major, sitting room, like a banquet hall. I have a map for it if you want to go back to the map. But Meryl, are you going to attempt to get in the castle too?
I thought you said it was a cave.
You see a cave, yes, but they are seeing a castle. So are you going into the cave? There are four guards in front of the cave.
Good for them. I'm going in.
How are we getting in? Are you stealthing?
What's the cave? Well, I can stealth. I am a stealthy creature.
Roll stealth, and I'll roll perception. Actually, I'll roll perception first, and then you can see if you beat it. Okay. So I got a 13. So you slip just past these four as like the cave like as they like they're going through the motions as if like a drawbridge is going up, and like they are playing into this world that the rest are seeing. But you would slip just past them, and you would be about I'd say like a 10-minute behind, because you would but at the cave is a very long ice hall, like it's carved, like the cave, like it's carved, and you could see some lights. There are like actual torches. Like this is definitely man-made to this point, and it pushes down forward. There's nobody in the hallway, so it's a pretty easy little jaunt. We'll get back to you in a minute. Let me switch to the map. Okay, so we've transitioned to the map. Like I said, Viscount Bravo and King Martin, Queen Vilix, they have a spread in front of you guys. Like this is like the best food ever. At your table is a like a couple like the elemental looking people. One of them has a bunch of books next to her. There is another table, and mostly it's just knights around with like their helmets off. They all kind of look like deer or reindeer. This is like a herd of reindeer in as far as like what it looks like is going on. There are a couple like of these like dogs off to the side, like fighting over like scraps or whatever. And there are some like minstrels playing off by what looks like this like large room with like these lights and all of this stuff going on. King Martin would stand up and say, welcome. He's a large reindeer with a crown. And he'd say, welcome to our new friends. We're so glad that you could be here. The Kingdom of Valise doesn't not normally get people. We don't, especially up this far north. We understand that we are pretty cut off from society. But by all means, enjoy. We are celebrating Viscount Bravo's return. There'd be some clapping. Kasha being the only person who hasn't drank anything yet. Kasha, please roll a charisma saving throw.
$18.
Cool. So with that, there's a flash for a moment. And during this flash, you would see that like there is no, like, it's like just this brief moment on an 18 because it's just off the cusp. The sunlight isn't actually there. There's like these crystal things on the ground. You realize you're in a cave, and you just have this briefest moment of seeing everything for what it is before it kind of like puts you back in that fog. It's just, like I said, just a momentary thing, and you feel very queasy as it happens. And I think that I will take another history roll.
Okay.
For your memory.
That was not as good. That's a 10.
Yeah, it's just slightly out of your reach at the moment. You look around, but you would have that queasy feeling that would stop you from eating and drinking. Everybody else kind of begins to eat. Like I said, the minstrels are playing. One of the dogs kind of comes over and like tries to mess with Ash a little bit, trying to like beg for food.
I think she'd totally give the dogs food.
Cool. Yeah, you feed the dog. Dog kind of like takes it and runs off back to the other dog. Meryl, you are in this giant hallway, like I said. You push down. There are no doors. There are skeletons standing, not looking at you at all, looking straight up. That being said, you can tell that off to the side a little bit. Like if you were to enter the room, you know that that's where everything is going on. It's just a mass of zombies and ghouls, and everybody's sitting around, and Thistle and Kasha and Ash are in the middle of this mound of these things, and there's like just body parts strewn up, and then like I said, in front are these three people, and you can see them for what they are. They are horrifying looking. Think about that, because the next episode will start with what you do off of that. One last time though, because Kasha has not eaten anything. Kasha, as everybody eats and as time passes a little bit, one more charisma saving throw.
Please. Can I use a lucky on a saving throw?
Yeah. Use lucky on whatever the hell you want.
I'm re-rolling that one.
Yeah, use lucky on whatever you want.
Okay, so that is a 25. I got an 18 plus 5 on my second try.
Kasha, roll. No, I'm just going to let you decide. You are sitting at a table, and as you are sitting there, you know that you're feeling queasy, and you look up, and the world flickers off into what it actually is. And you look up, and you remember the Strigoi from back in Redstone. You remember what they were like. And you remember how they create this madness around them that everybody has to play into. And this is what that is. And you look up, and you realize that you are standing in front of a very large, like, undead, like, Lich Lord with a woman that is this, like, apparition. It's like a banshee thing, and it's like veil is kind of going. You see all of it for what it is, and you're surrounded by ghouls and these like undead creatures as everybody eats, and you're trying to keep your composure for that moment as Thistle bites into just meat that is rotted, and everybody is eating like they are having the most wonderful time. And that's where we'll end this episode. Thank you all for being here. We will pick back up with everything next time. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day.
I think I'm gonna vomit.